everybody who wants to listen. They're inundating my channel again with bots. And I have researched, and there's nothing I can do about it. It's just they want to do it. And that Sarah Leon, who's always in here harassing the shit out of me from Sewertown, sent me a donation this morning and then tried to get me in trouble and filed a dispute. I knew I should have just returned it, so that's exactly what I did, was return it. So the games that are being played are outrageous. Johnny Dub, who is Lucian Greaves, it's Doug Mesner. I don't give a shit what he says. His name is not Brian Word. It's just another fake ass account for Doug Mesner, Dougie. And you can go read the stuff in the description over, they can do whatever they want. They just can't screw with my blog. I know the numbers for my blog because the security on there gives me all of the information that I need. And so, but the games are outrageous. And why? Because they want to shut me down so that their pedophile operation doesn't get busted. And it needs to be busted. It needs to be busted out. And so you can go click on the link and read. Because after I did this morning's video, I knew damn well I didn't have 80 people liking that video, let alone 1.1K on both videos. And it's only because I'm talking about Sewertown. These child traffickers will play whatever games, and they're technologically advanced, and they know how to do shit as far as making problems. And they go out of their way to make problems. That's Sarah. I knew damn well when that money came into my PayPal account this morning that it was a fucking setup. I knew it was a setup. I just didn't have time to deal with it until this afternoon. And I prayed for her this morning. I'm still okay with praying for her. But just realize for some of you out there, a lot of your prayers are going to end up on deaf ears because these idiots are so deluded. All they know is their own egos. That's all they know. You look like movie actor in the Mafia movie. I'm just wearing a sweater and a shirt. I'm so not in the Mafia. But it's kind of funny. That amuses me. I don't know what kind of movies you watch. Mafia people dress like this. If I was going to be on the Mafia, I should have a fedora. I do have a fedora. I just don't never wear it. I hate it. It's not my thing. Anyway, Sewertown needs to be investigated. Sewertown needs to be investigated. There's no way that Cory Daniel didn't know Issac Kappy. Issac Kappy had to have reached out to him. And then I guess this morning when I said that Thomas would say these incantations under his breath in Arabic when I was on the phone, Johnny Dub sent me an email that Thomas wrote him saying, it wasn't Arabic, it was Egyptian. Oh, well, that makes it all better, And then I said that Thomas was smart this morning. They're just going out of their way to prove me wrong, Sarah Leon was not being a nice person. She was not trying to give the palm branch or whatever the hell. She was playing games, which I knew she was playing because she's with Town. And then Thomas, oh, I wasn't whispering Arabic things underneath my breath. I was whispering Egyptian things. Okay. What the fuck was the point? Anyway, I've already done one of these, but I wanted to do this for YouTube. They're inundating me with bots. And I have researched and researched and researched, and nobody can tell me how to stop it. I don't know how to fucking stop it. If YouTube has an idea of how I can stop it, I am all ears because it's irritating anyway. But that's what this group does. And the reason why they're doing it is because they want to protect their child trafficking operation. That's what it's all about. They don't want anyone talking about Issac Kappy. The stupid shit that Johnny Dubs sent me this morning was just, he has a whole list of people, and I know all those lists of people are bad. Titus Frost is bad. Titus Frost was working hand in hand with that wolf dude that did that rally in Washington, D.C., and they actually paid for a plane ticket for me to fly out there. They wanted me to come out there. And so they also wanted to do a press release. So I hooked them up, get out of there. I hooked them up with my publisher, and so that she could help them do a press release because I couldn't do a press release for them. And then the dude told me, I'm going to be able to guarantee you an audience with Michael Aquino. And the minute he said that, I knew he was bad. Just like Thomas Schoenberger doing Michael Aquino's last interview. And I guess it is the last interview. I don't think he's dead, but for him to do another interview would actually prove that he's not dead. And he wants to play dead for some whatever reason. He wants everyone to believe he's dead. You know? And so thank you. But Titus Frost was connected to this dude. So then my publisher, I canceled out. The minute that dude said I knew something was wrong. And I wasn't flying out there because I knew I probably wouldn't fly back. That they would have killed me when I went to Washington, D.C. and I was going to go stay with this wolf dude and all of that. That's what his last name, that's what he was calling himself. So then my publisher calls me and says, please do not go. And I started laughing and said, okay, I've already canceled, but why do you? She said none of the information he gave for that press release was real. Not his name, not his address, not his credit card number. Nothing about him was real. And so all of them are pieces of shit. The whole list. I don't believe Liz Crokin. She might be a victim, but she works on the bad side. Lots of victims do. Lots of victims stay right in their handler's clutches. Only one or two of us get out. Only a few. And so, but you can go read it. It's just constant bullshit. That's what it is. It's constant, never-ending bullshit. And these idiots will dance around. Thomas will say, David's a liar. I wasn't speaking incantations in Arabic on the phone under my breath with him. They were Egyptian. How do you argue something like that? How do you even argue it? You know? This is the shit that they do. This is the shit that they did to Nathan Stoltman. That's the reason why. That's the reason why Cory Daniel brags that he has Nathan Stoltman under his thumb. because they scared that kid into submission. You know, they just, you know, it's what he said. It wasn't Arabic, it was Egyptian. But he was muttering it under his breath. So it was an incantation. I knew damn well it was an incantation. But Thomas had to clarify to Johnny Depp that it wasn't Arabic, that it was Egyptian. Just, okay. You know, it's just exasperating. It's just exasperating. You know, and I'm going to be 59 here in a matter of days, Saturday. And this has been my whole life. All of this bullshit and all of these child killers. And it's just, you know, it's exhausting to deal with on a constant, non-stop basis. It is exhausting. Because it's all games and all lies. It's meant to be crazy making. But they're the ones who are crazy. It's exhausting. Like I've said repeatedly, I feel like I'm in a middle school with a bunch of psychotic middle schoolers. That's what I feel. I feel like I'm in a mental institution with a bunch of psychotic middle schoolers because they're all fucking crazy. They're dealing with them is just, I don't even know what to say half the time. The you can't hold me responsible because I'm a liar argument. But then right after that, Johnny Depp will go on and on and on about every syllable he utters should be considered gospel. So the self-admitted, self-proclaimed liar wants everything he says to be held as gospel, except the things that he was lying about, and then you can't hold him accountable for it. That's the argument that I'm facing right now. How do you argue that? How exactly does one argue that? You know? You just roll your eyes. And I don't know what to say to it half the time. You know? I just don't know what to say to it. Terry Joyce. Oh, I'm so scared. I spent all of Thanksgiving week under my covers because I'm so scared of David Shurter who's talking about me on YouTube. She knows I owe taxes. She brags about wanting to take my house. She brags about doing all of this stupid shit to me. What the fuck does she think I'm going to do? Get on a plane and go to Fresno? Really? That's what you think is going to happen? You worried about that? If that is what you were worried about and you were so afraid you had to hide under your covers all Thanksgiving, you need to go to therapy. You are in serious need of a therapist because what you are afraid of is stupid. If I was going to get on a plane, it sure as fuck wouldn't be to come see your hag ass. You know what I'm saying? There's so many other places I could go that are so much more thrilling and worthwhile. You know? Again, I'm stuck in a mental institution with a bunch of psychotic child killing, child trafficking middle schoolers. Hey, Susan. It is just, and I'm an adult, you know? And what do you say to the stuff that they argue? You know? And I'm surprised that Thomas can take a shit because he talks out both sides of his ass. His asshole is pretty busy because he talks out both sides of his ass. It's just exasperating. It is exasperating. But I knew that when Sarah Leon sent me that $50 this morning, it was a game. What she did was she filed a dispute, a report on PayPal. So she sent it to me, and then an hour later, like I conned her out of sending me $50, even though PayPal could see the note she wrote, just like I can. It's their system. They can see what she wrote. You know? You can see, I wasn't asking for that. She offered it. I didn't have anything to do with it. And before PayPal could do anything about it, I just refunded it. I almost refunded it this morning. Against my better judgment, I decided, okay, well, maybe I'm being a dick. Now I realize I just prefer to be a dick. You know, it's so much easier. So, but I just refunded it. You know, like I'm not that desperate. Shit, I'll starve before I, you know. And then I looked to find out how I could block her so it doesn't happen again. Because fuck, she could do it this afternoon. It's like Thomas in 6 weeks sending me $120. And this was what, a year and a half ago? I've never heard the end of it. And he acts like I stood over him and pointed a gun at his head and made him do it. And that is not the case. I didn't even ask. In fact, I told him, don't do it, because he kept telling me he was poor. And I don't want people who can't feed themselves to send me money so I can eat and they themselves starve. I don't want that. You know? I don't want that. But it's exasperating. But what they want is to screw up my PayPal. They want to screw up any way I can take donations because they want me to lose my house. That is what they want. They want me to lose my house. They are very, very focused on it. I did. It asked me, when I refunded the money, PayPal asked me if I had a note for them. And so I sent them a note. I told them exactly what was going on. So I did report them. And then I went and tried to block her, but I'll figure it out. I'm just not technologically advanced. The sad part about it is I'm just not. When I was a senior in high school, the big working computer program was DOS. I don't even know if they use DOS anymore. But that's how old I am. I mean, I'll be 59 Saturday. And I'm just, it's so frustrating. It is so frustrating. Because it's just constant attacks and it's constant games. It's just constant attacks and constant games. But I just want people to know that the last two, not this morning's video, because they haven't hit that with bots yet. But the ones behind it, I did not get 79 likes. And I didn't get 1.1K people watching both videos. They're just filling it full of bots. You know? And there's no way to stop it. I don't know how to stop it. Because if I knew how to stop it, I would. But YouTube can't hold me responsible because I'm not doing it and I don't want it to happen. I want them to stop doing it. I think they should be blocked, but I don't know who's doing it. I don't know who's doing it. But what they want is they want their secrets to be kept quiet. And they want to shut me up. And they want to screw me any way they can. And all I can say is, Sarah, and all the rest of you at Sewertown, you ain't going to like the dark. 4 little words. I just want you to remember 4 little words in the end. I told you so. That's all I care about. Because I told you so. We just got hit with an exclamation. Do you know that they had to shut down? They had to stop 6,000 flights because of the last X flight that we just got hit yesterday. And the reason why it was so bad, planes were dropping in altitude because it fucks with all of the electronics. It's what's headed for us is not a good thing. The sunspot that's on the sun is amazing. We've never seen anything quite like it. And so I have a feeling these days are quickly coming to an end. That's just me. I could be wrong. Been wrong before. You know? Been wrong before. But all I know is I am so sick of this shit. I am so sick of it. And Sarah, I didn't take your money. See, the whole thing about it is when I think that there's something wrong, won't even touch it. And so if I think that there's something wrong, I'm not your daddy, I'm your master. A weird sexual person. Can't even see my ears. It's bizarre. Again, I feel like I'm in a mental institution with a bunch of psychotic middle schoolers. And that is doing a disservice to middle schoolers because some of them aren't even as bright as middle schoolers. It's really sad dealing with these idiots on a constant basis. Can't believe Johnny Dub hasn't emailed me already. Thanked me because I mentioned him so many times this morning. Yeah, dude, I called you a liar the whole time. I don't understand why you think that's a good thing. I don't understand why you are proud about calling yourself a liar, but it's the same thing as Daniel Dowd calling himself the internet's favorite predator. I don't understand that title. Why would you give yourself that title? But mental institution with a bunch of psychotic middle schoolers. That's that's exactly how I just refer to it. All the time. Mental institution surrounded by a bunch of psychotic middle schoolers. And it's exhausting. But I'm not going to stay on here. And this is what you guys are going to see me dress up at. I almost put on a bow tie just as a FU to Cory Daniel, but I couldn't bother because I just don't care enough. You know, I just don't care enough. And so, but those of you who are interested, my book, Rabbit Hole, davidshurter.com, there's all kinds of information on there. I have a documentary, I have interviews, especially at the bottom of this YouTube. Plus, I just have a zillion YouTubes. And it's exhausting. And I'm going to be 59 here on Saturday. And where did life go first of all. And second of all, oh my God, this life has been a pain in the ass. You know, trying to expose child killers is just not a lot of fun. Not a lot of fun. But someone's got to do it. And Kash Patel is not doing it, Mr. Dougie. Donald Trump is definitely not doing it, Dougie. You know, all of the names that you listed, Cory Daniel, Phoenix Enigma, is not doing it. Gabe Hoffman, not doing it. Thomas Schoenberger, not doing it. You definitely are not doing it, Dougie. In fact, all of you are the antithesis of helping prevent child trafficking. You're the child traffickers. And you get butthurt when people call you out. And I don't understand, Sarah, what you thought you were going to achieve, you know? But come on here again, because as soon as I see you, I'm going to block you. As soon as I see you, I'm going to block you. So please leave a comment.